Spoilers for One Piece chapter 1171 are out, and there are major implications for theories involving Loki's power, Ragnir's power, and most importantly, what the Will of D actually means. I've been reading the One Piece manga for every single week for about 15 years now. Gained almost 20,000 followers on this channel during the fantasy football season, helping you guys win your leagues, but now I'm looking for the next step, and why not get into some One Piece content? Follow along if you want to see me breaking down deep One Piece theories, as well as the spoilers that come out for each week's chapter. This chapter is called Ragnir, and it looks like the cover has Zoro with a cat on his head, classic Oda cover choice. And we're going back to right after Harold was defeated by Loki. And apparently Imu has suffered some damage due to Harold's defeat. This is a little bit surprising. Does it depend on which tier of Deep Sea Covenant someone has when they're damaged? Did Imu receive damage when Shanks had his arm bitten off containing his Deep Sea Covenant? If Gunko is defeated on Elbaf, well then we see Imu receive some damage from that. We know that Imu is immortal. We're not sure yet exactly how to damage him except for Extreme Conqueror's Haki potentially. From a fantasy writing standpoint, it's going to be very interesting to see how Oda approaches Imu's powers and their limitations. Over 1,000 chapters, One Piece has been making a transition from a softer magic system to a harder magic system where we do expect explanations. But the most interesting part of the chapter comes right after this, when Imu says that Elbaf will never affiliate with the world government because of their D connection. Now there are two ways to see this. One is, does Imu not want to affiliate with Elbaf because of their D connection? We saw his absolute hatred when he discovered that it was Nefertari D Lily. Or more likely, is the will of D somehow completely antithetical to Imu's rule and the world government? Does D just mean democracy? I'll say that of all the big open-ended mysteries in One Piece, the Will of D is one that I'm a little bit more skeptical about being able to have the proper payoff. If D just means devil or Davy Jones or even that sideways emoticon with someone smiling, it's going to be hard to have the payoff actually meet expectations for this, but again, trust in Oda. And then bam, the flashback ends, we're back in the present, and Hashirden and Loki, just like that, make up and they're brothers again. This Draugr skeleton falls down, and that's a Norse mythology figure that's some sort of skeleton horse figure, just in time for Loki's exhibition of his powers. So he claims he can fly, which is pretty cool. All but confirmed at this point that he has the Nidhogger Devil Fruit. That's an ancient Norse dragon that was said to be chewing away at the World Tree, leading to the end of the world, the beginning of Ragnarok, the final war. Keep in mind, everyone, including Skopper Gaban's reactions when Loki was freed, they thought this was a bad idea. Excited to see what the actual world-ending power of his Devil Fruit / abilities are. And then Loki finishes the Draugr skeleton in one shot, it appears. The attack uses Ragnir and is called Niflheim. Niflheim, another Norse mythological thing. It's this frozen tundra area. Luffy obviously stays to see the cool powers rather than rush to the scene and help save the day. And there's a break next week. Let me know what you thought about this chapter overall. Let me know your theories for the Will of D, Loki's Devil Fruit, and Ragnir's powers. If you guys like this, I'll make more videos breaking down One Piece spoilers and new chapters as they come out. You can also go to my site nestoverse.com if you want to get early access to my own manga comic book that I'd like to make someday. I've had a couple career arcs, first becoming the world's best tutor, now becoming the world's best fantasy football, fantasy sports player, creating my own fantasy epics down the road somewhere. Thank you for spending a few valuable minutes of your day with me here. See you guys tomorrow.